9.
Can I just say I'm really glad Tien got to make the list somewhere?
I'd be upset if you weren't, honestly.
While our favorite Triclops gets mostly kicked to the curb in later chapters outside of the occasional Kiko hello, his first real showdown with Goku is a doozy.
Before we get into the battle proper, though, it's important to know what's driving all three eyes at this point. Tenshinhan has fought his way through Yamcha and Jackie Chun in the hopes of facing Mercenary Tao's killer and his rival martial arts school star pupil, Son Goku. This final round of the tournament is all that stands between Tenshinhan and that sweet, sweet revenge.
Well, that's his motivation initially. While upholding the Master's honor is still important, a big part of Tien's journey to the finals has been discovering that he isn't the ruthless killers his masters want, and his real goal is to just be a great fighter and to test himself against stronger opponents.
Okay, so maybe he isn't the first face turn in the series, but at this point, Tien is easily the most dramatic and fleshed out good guy conversion we've seen yet, all leading to this final duel.
Kicking off the fight in high gear, one of the first things we see is both fighters using very familiar techniques. While Tien's Dodon Ray and Goku's after images were decisive victories in previous rounds, this initial clash instantly tells the audience we're about to dial things up a bit.
All the while boasting some stellar artwork and animation. While the fight definitely suffers from peaks and valleys in visual quality later on, the opening onslaught is a sight to behold.
More like peaks and volleys as Tien sets up Goku with a healthy serving of the volleyball fist. Oh, so it's fine when you do it.
Puns aside, the real tragedy of this fight is the fact that it's full of unique moves we'll never see Tien use again. Where was the volleyball technique when Nappa showed up?
Not every move is so easily forgotten, though. In fact, this next one eventually gets picked up by most of the main cast.
This isn't the first time we've seen the solar flare at this point, and much to Tenshinhan's dismay, Goku sees right through the attack with style, courtesy of one befuddled turtle hermit and those classic sunglasses.
The World Martial Arts Tournament Committee has a fairly cut and dry stance when it comes to outside interference and the use of tools. According to the rules, I'm pretty sure this is the part where Goku gets disqualified.
If sunglasses break the rules, Chaozu's telepathy obliterates them. The real question here is, how does it take Tien so long to figure out what's going on? The man has 3 eyes, but he fails to see Goku clinching up out of nowhere?
Although this eventually leads to some important character stuff, and looking beautiful while doing it, this whole cheating fiasco does drag the fight out quite a bit. Other than Goku creatively using a Kamehameha to recover from a near ring out, this whole section is just a one-sided pummeling from Tenshinhan.
I don't know, I'm a pretty big fan of Tien's rapid velocity technique.
Yeah, you know that thing you did as a kid where you spun your arms really, really fast to make an unblockable punch?
Goku's friends even figure out what's going on from the sidelines and never bother telling the tournament staff.
Luckily for them, Tien dials Chaozu with his brain phone and tells him to stop interfering. And after Roshi sends an irate Master Shen over the horizon, the match is back underway.
Tien gives Goku a couple of free hits to make up for all the cheating he ignored, and tells him he's kinda over the turtle and crane drama and just wants to prove he's the best fighter for himself. And Chaozu seems pretty psyched about this development too.
There's that extra narrative weight we were looking for. One of our earliest genuine bad guys turning good guy because Goku's just so darn great at fighting.
So great, in fact, that Tien decides he needs 2 more arms just to keep up. From this point on, the whole fight is pretty intense. Enough dragging our feet with character building. Let's get back to punchies.
With a hand for each limb, Tien grabs Goku and starts using his rib cage as a makeshift hat. It's a little bold, but I think he can pull it off.
Fortunately, Goku has one furry limb in his pants that Tenshinhan wasn't ready for.
Kaiser?
His tail.
Oh.
With some quick-thinking monkey business, the pint-sized Saiyan escapes Tenshinhan's grasp and goes back on the offensive with some extra arms of his own.
Vitruvian Goku gets in close to break through Tien's four-armed forearm defense, but not without taking some serious damage along the way. In the end, neither fighter is on their feet.
The way they both fall to the ground in unison reminds me a lot of Goku versus Jackie Chun from a little bit ago, and I'm sure it's no accident.
Absolutely. Luckily, both fighters are able to stand up before the announcer finishes the 10 count this time, but they're clearly nearing the ends of their respective ropes.
That is until Goku rushes in and locks Tien down with the Walls of Jericho?
Boston Crab, sir.
Boston Crab, which is enough to get Tien to finally bid farewell to arms and go back to faring well with 2 arms.
Okay, you're gonna have to stop doing that.
This is what you get for inviting me.
To top things off, we finally see the signature move everyone knows and loves, the dreaded Tri-Beam Kiko-Ho! Rising into the air as Kikuchi's best O Fortuna impression swells, Tien gives Goku one final warning before sending the entire arena to hell with an earth-shattering blast. The crowd looks on in horror as the smoke clears. Little Goku
but wait, up in the sky.
Turns out that warning really came in handy as Goku took Tien's advice and jumped really high to avoid the attack. With his last bit of real energy, he uses a Kamehameha to launch himself headfirst in Tien's ribs, sending both martial artists hurtling towards the streets below.
It's here that we get one of the most memorable shots in all of Dragon Ball, as Goku and Tenshinhan plummet towards the ground, struggling for any inch that might stop them from landing first. Unfortunately for our young hero, a little bit of traffic went a long way to keep him from winning the fight.
With all the rule bending in this fight, it seems sort of fitting that the most outside of interference is what decided this match. Tien ought to split the prize money to fix that van like it fixed the fight.
And it's just that kind of thematic genius that lands Goku versus Tien in our top 10.
Haha, top 10. Bet you Launch wishes she could do that.
Good night, everybody!